See him switch to the outside. They're coming around the last turn. Big contact. Oh, two cars going to the inside lane. And BZ hard into the wall in turn 1. Look back here. Car Freak's team. Oh, BZ sideways. Both Hendrick cars sideways out of turn 4. KC's out of gas. Confirmed on the radio. KC is out of gas. He goes to the apron. Hey, what's up, guys? Roman1 here, and welcome to the Ugly Sweater 200 for the NASCAR Racing League Cup Series. Introducing a new format that we're going to show you these races with. Going to be showing you basically the beginning of each race, maybe a couple of cautions in, depending on how long it takes. Then we're going to be going to the ending of each stage, and then we're also going to repeat the same thing for the last stage. Short points update before we get going here. Car Freak is still the points leader after that incredible win at Monza last week. And second place Flutter's looking to get his third win of the season and lock himself into the playoffs as we are going green here at Northern Isle. Name of this race is the Ugly Sweater 200 because this race features some of the ugliest NASCARs to ever be raced. Some of them are just concept cars, but most of them are actually real cars that have been on a NASCAR track at some point. Now the front straightaway first lap is clean, and Flutter's going to lead lap 1. KC up there in the 42 had an incredible pole position lap time in qualifying. See him switch to the outside. They're coming around the last turn. Big contact. Oh, two cars going to the inside lane. And BZ hard into the wall in turn 1. See on the track display, almost 5 cars involved in that wreck as more contact from KC. Wow. One thing that can happen on a short track like this, there's not much room to work with and tempers will flare today. See that 24 car, reminiscent of the Rainbow Warrior, but it certainly is not the Rainbow Warrior. Coming around for the restart, Flutter is your control car on the inside lane. Coming down to the start-finish line, green flag is back out. Lots of pit stops after that huge crash. See Flutter driving that Cartoon Network car in that 9. Ever since he switched to the 9, he's been having not the best season. He has 2 wins from earlier when he was in the 24 car. Big contact again back! Look at the track display! 43's around, 24's around. Another crash in almost the same exact spot. Caution is going to come out again as those drivers just went head-on into the wall. I'm going to show you an instant replay of what happened here, looking from the roof view of the 14 car. 43 gets almost sideways coming out of the turn. He just overcorrects it. 43 and the 24 sail into the inside wall. That could have been really bad, but fortunately it happened in the back of the pack. Come back around for another restart as that turn right there has been a very dangerous zone and we're only a few laps into this race. Green flag is back out. A little bit of a delayed restart there, but they're going to get off the line pretty good. We're going to look back at the pack here because mid-pack is where these wrecks seem to be happening. Look at Casey. Look at Casey fighting for that lead. He's going to go to the lead. What a move there. 3 wide coming out of turn 2. And now they're going to pan out single file. Hopefully they get through this turn. Yes, everybody will get through that turn okay. BZ's charging. He had to make a pit stop because of that wreck, but he is coming back up into the top 5. Oh, BZ goes around again. Will that bring out a caution? Yes, it will. For the 3rd consecutive caution, BZ has spun out on turn 4. Insane. Alright, we are bringing you back to the live racing here as we are under a green flag run right now. It's been a very long green flag run. Hasn't been many wrecks so far. Last wreck happened at about lap 40. To give you a brief summary of this stage so far, most laps led right now goes to BZ in the 24. Had a couple of problems early in the race, but he seems to have rebounded, although he's mid-pack right now. Everybody right now is playing the fuel strategy. As you can see, we're down to very few laps to go. KC having to deal with some lap traffic here, passing NASCAR man in the 41 car. If we look behind KC, we can see one of the rookies back there in the 18 car, Gator. He's been very good so far in this league. Trying to make a name for himself, driving that Shrek Gatorade car. Look back in the pack, got Flutter back here. Everybody is playing the fuel strategy, trying to see if they can get to the end of this stage, because stage points very much matter. Look back at BZ. BZ just overhauled the points leader in the 14 to take over 4th place. KC is trying to win his first stage of this season. We know that this driver is very dominant on the oval tracks, especially at Blue Moon. Ten laps to go as he just crossed the start-finish line. You see Rowdy back there in the 3. That's lap traffic. He's trying to catch back up there and unlap himself. Big wiggle there from the 42. He's going to hold it. Gator is coming. We've heard from crew chiefs on pit road. All of these cars are very close on fuel. Look at KC get into the wall again. Gator is closing that gap. And don't look now, but back here is 3rd place Flutter. He's coming to the start-finish line. He's only about a half a racetrack away. You see KC loves to stick to that high line. That's where he can get his car to work. But here comes Gator. Battle for the lead. Stage 1 ending down. Rookie versus veteran. KC only has 1 career win in this league, but it still does not take away from his driving experience. KC's a little slower as he gets in the wall side by side again, but KC's going to carry that outside momentum. You can tell these drivers are not running full. Both of them need to save gas tremendously. Now there are 4 laps to go. Gator's holding off a little bit. Looks like he's trying to save fuel and play the fuel strategy a little bit better. That could be who decides the winner of this race. Coming around to the start-finish line. KC is running really slow. KC's out of gas. Confirmed on the radio. KC is out of gas. He goes to the apron. Gator is out of gas too. The front 2 are both out of gas. And here comes BZ. Around the back straightaway. He's going to try to run it to the end of the stage. 2 laps to go. Can he make it 2 laps around this racetrack? And his teammate back here in second, he's out of fuel. Almost every race car on this track is out of gas right now as Lone Wolf's going to dive into the pit lane. Coming around to the start-finish line. 1 lap to go for BZ to get his first stage win of this season. He is wiggling that car all around the racetrack. BZ is out. He is out of gas going into turn 3. Here comes KC trying to rebound. Checkered flag is out and BZ's going to coast to the win. What a win for BZ as more than 4 cars all run out of gas at the end of that stage. I want to welcome everybody back to the beginning of stage 2. BZ getting his first stage win of this season. One of the big notables from that stage, the current points leader's not having the best of days right now. He finished that stage in 4th, but that was after rebounding due to pit strategy. Also, Carfrey had to make a lot of extra pit stops because he just kept getting rammed and kept getting into the wall. But coming around to the start-finish line, we're about to begin stage 2. BZ in the 24 car, looking very dominant up there. Class of the field right now deemed KC and BZ. Both of those cars are really fast. And here goes the points leader on the inside. Almost 3 wide back there as BZ is really wiggly coming off of turn 2. Car Freak running the inside line is going to try to get to him. Oh, into the BZ he goes. Almost 3 wide for the lead as KC's going to go around on the outside. Here comes Rowdy, the rookie in the 3 car, trying to get up there. 3 wide again coming out of turn 4, and they all hold their lines. Incredible. Caution flag is out. BZ in the 24 has crashed somewhere, probably after all of that contact from Car Freak coming out of turn 4. Coming around the start-finish line, both of the pink cars are on the front row. KC versus Rowdy. KC's the control car. KC gets another really good run out of that outside, but here comes Rowdy with that inside momentum. KC's going to power his way off of turn 2 and get that outside run. Look back here, Car Freak's team. Oh, BZ sideways! Both Hendrick cars sideways out of turn 4. 3 out of the 4 Hendrick cars just got taken out. Caution flag is out. We must note that while there are 4 Hendrick cars, only 3 of them are fielded today. BZ and Sobek just got so sideways coming out of turn 4, neither of them could save it. That could have been a lot worse than what it was. Coming back around to the start-finish line, KC is once again your control car with the points leader behind him. Stewart-Haas cars make up row 2. Let's see if one of them gets something going here. Car Freak's very quick to dive to that inside lane as Rowdy's going to take over the lead. Car Freak's pushing Rowdy right to the lead. Car Freak, while he loves that inside line, it just doesn't get a good enough run to compete with that 42. Seems like, oh, 42 gets into the 3. Rowdy's going to fall back to second place as Car Freak took the lead there for a second but can't hold it. Rowdy's looking back on the inside as Car Freak's going to settle in behind KC on that outside line. Looking back, we got a Hendrick car in 4th place. It's Flutter in the 9. He's trying to get up there and get to the front again. One thing that's on everybody's mind is fuel. You are not going to be able to win a stage if you run out of fuel. Although BZ won it while running out of fuel, pretty sure he's not going to be able to do that again if it were to happen. And speaking of BZ, he's back there running side by side, competing for the top 5 spot. Car Freak's able to maintain second, but he is not able to chase down that 42 right now. Running a whole lot better than stage 1, although his car is just not on pudding with that 42. Stewart-Haas right now fielding 2 cars out of the 3 they currently have on the roster. 41 hasn't really been running too good this season, but Car Freak is your points leader. He has the most wins out of any driver. Last week he locked himself into the playoffs. Team's doing good. Got a lap car back there, Sobek in the 48, trying to not cause trouble for these leaders. '41's to go into the wall, almost getting sideways. Wow. Got another nice little green flag run going here as everybody's starting to learn that 4th turn a little bit. We know that the cars can kick out very easily if you're not looking after them while you're driving them. Sobek really wiggly. He is a lapped car, so he really doesn't want to cause a wreck for these leaders. See the gap now that KC has made over Car Freak. It's increasing ever so slightly every lap. One thing Car Freak is known for is being a long-run driver. Usually he's a lot more consistent when he gets tire wear, but right now that's not the case. Noting some of these ugly paint schemes too. KC driving that Huggies car. The colors are very interesting as it does look like a box of Huggies, very interestingly enough. This car was driven at Talladega for a couple of races by Tony Stewart, the Car Freak's driving. Definitely not one of the best 14 cars that was ever made. Cars are fanned out. This is a pretty good run. We might have to start cycling through green flag pit stops here eventually. You can see Gator back here. He is still challenging that 24 car. He wants to get up to 4th place. Gator, one of the first-time season starter rookies for this season. See Shrek's big face there on the hood, trying to give him good luck to go win this race. He could have won stage 1, it's just he didn't think that he was going to run out of gas as fast as the 42 did, and it took them both out. Look back here at Rowdy. He started on the front row for the first 2 restarts of this stage. But ever since, he has fallen back, driving that pink American ethanol car. And some of these cars truly aren't ugly, but it's basically the fan vote that got these cars in. Because the fans of this sport, they really know an ugly car when they see one. Carfrey gets in the wall a little bit up here as Flutter's starting to chase him down a little bit. We all must recall the Blue Moon race for the Xfinity Series when that was still a thing. These two drivers worked together and overcame an incredible deficit to go on and finish the race 1-2. Can't really work together at an oval like this because by the time you get into the draft, it's already time to turn again. Flutter, big wiggle as he's going to lose out from Carfrey a little bit there. You see the lead that KC has. That car is looking really good right now. And the driver that led the most laps in Stage 1, he's currently in 4th, and he's not been able to rebound yet. Your current defending series champion, trying to get back up there and win his first race of the season. We can tell you one thing, from when he started driving that 24 car, he has only fielded the Pepsi Max car. And even though this is an ugly Rainbow Warrior car, it is still the same iconic colors that Jeff Gordon drove. Could that be the one factor that he needed to get that car to victory lane? Just might be. Too wide here between two Hendrick cars. One of them's a lapped car, one of them's racing to get up to the lead. Sobek is giving Flutter everything he can, even though he's lapped. He does not care. And look who's challenging from behind. All three Hendrick cars are battling here together. BZ's going to look to the inside and go around Sobek. Gets around him pretty cleanly as he's going to go up and challenge Flutter for 3rd place. People must be thinking about pit stops soon. As we near the halfway point, if you can make it past halfway on one pit stop, then you got to pit one more time for the rest of this race. This Hendrick brigade, all they really need to do is take off, and Hendrick Motorsports is going to be a force in the playoffs. If Flutter can get up there and win this race, he will lock himself into the playoffs. As Lone Wolf, another lapped car, trying to hold this Hendrick group up a little bit as much as he possibly can. Flutter's going to look to the outside as BZ's going to try to stay in draft with his teammate. Flutter got really loose coming off of that turn trying to block that lapped car. Two cars go into the pits. Gator in the 18, Sobek in the 48. BZ wants to get around Flutter. Look back up at the leader here. As these pit stops start to roll out, lap traffic will be a problem for these leaders. And as you're reviewing this race right now, talking about our new format that we're going to be doing these videos in, you can see the entire race display, although it is kind of a widescreen format. I personally do not like this format, but we're trying something new. Whoa, big crash on the front straightaway! Lone Wolf and Flutter just crashed. That will bring out a caution. That is one benefit to this new way of doing these videos. We have this track display and we can see absolutely everything that is going on at once. We need to look back at that crash because that was insane. Looking back at what just happened with this wreck, coming out of turn 4, BZ's behind both of these drivers. Flutter's going to get into the wall and get turned sideways by the 24, and both of them hard contact right into the inside wall. Hope those drivers are okay as the caution will come out and slow this field down. Insane. Cars are getting formed up on the back straightaway here. Summarize this stage so far. KC has most laps led. BZ's right there behind him though, although he was running mid-pack for most of that green flag run. Coming around to the start-finish line, the points leader versus the two-time winner on the front row. Two Hendrick teammates lining up bumper to bumper there on the inside. Car Freak tried to fall in line there, but big crash. 42's around. See all the lead cars there going by as KC took a terrible hit into the pit wall. Caution will come back out again as they are trying to end this stage. Coming around for the restart. Hendrick Motorsports on the front row. Car Freak and the other rookie starting side by side in the second row. Green flag is back out. Great restart for the 9 car. Car Freak's going to be able to pass BZ and take over second place. Big wiggle by Flutter. Car Freak unable to capitalize right there as he got really sideways. Car Freak is going to stay side by side as Car Freak's going to go to the lead. Here comes BZ, almost going to make it 3 wide on the inside. Car Freak gets into the wall and BZ's able to retake the lead. BZ's teammate in that 48, he's going to try to do anything he can to possibly slow that 14 down. Car Freak's going to overhaul the 48 for second place, but what a move right there by BZ. Winding down stage 2. He won stage 1 running out of gas in turn 3. We have a car, looks like he's wrecked on turn 1. 2 laps to go, no caution yet. He's going to leave the scene right here as the leaders are coming around. He's going to go to the pits. It was Flutter in the 9 car. He will have to go to the pits. Coming around to the start-finish line. 1 lap to go for stage 2. BZ is showing dominance in this 24 car. Defending series champion, looking to get his second stage win of this season. Both stage wins in 1 race. Checkered flag is out. BZ wins stage 2. Welcoming everybody to the start of the final stage here at Northern Isle. BZ right now is on the track of possibly sweeping this track today. Him and KC have had the 2 fastest cars all day as they're coming around to the start-finish line. Going to be a crazy way to end this race, but here he comes. BZ, defending series champion, is going to take him to green flag to begin the final stage. Look up at the lead. Car Freak's going to challenge again. He's coming to the inside, trying to side draft. BZ's going to carry a lot of momentum coming on that outside line. Gets into him again. Car Freak has to go into the apron and slow down. His teammate in the 41's up there. He's challenging for the lead. BZ has Stuart Haas breathing down his throat right now. Car Freak gets into the wall again, and there goes Flutter by for 3rd place. BZ is just putting on an incredible show for all these fans here at Northern Isle today. This 41 car, he has not had a good season either. He's missed a couple of races. And right now, you know, you can win the race without winning any stages. NASCAR is going to get into the outside wall as BZ's teammate's going to go by for 2nd place. NASCAR is not going to let that go by easily, though, as he's challenging back on that outside. Almost sideways for Flutter again. That has been a big problem coming out of turn 4 for a lot of drivers. Still side by side. Flutter's unable to clear that 41 car. Pretty good start here to this stage. Gonna look back here at KC because he led a lot of stage 2, but a late pit stop caused him to go to the back of the pack and he wasn't able to recover enough to get a win. You got to think back to stage 1 how at least 3 or 4 cars all ran out of gas coming to end stage 1, but BZ timed it literally perfectly because if had he been a little bit later getting to the start finish line, he would have been passed. And the 42 and 18 teams, they have to really be thinking about that, how they were so close to getting a stage win. Trying to rebound here as there's a battle for the lead. Hendrick cars, and there goes BZ around hard into the wall, turn 1. terrible lick for that 24 cars. That's going to bring out the caution to make sure he's okay. Drivers are forming up, crossing the start-finish line. There are just 5 laps to go for this race. And wouldn't you know, the front row, the 2 cars that battled it out last week at Monza, Car Freak took the win and BZ crashed. Ended up almost outside of the top 5. BZ is looking for redemption, and Car Freak's just looking to repeat his success from last week. Coming around to the start-finish line, there will be 6 laps to go. Actually, 5 laps. 3 wide back there for third as BZ gets an incredible restart on that inside line. Summary of this stage so far: BZ and KC have been sharing the lead. BZ goes sideways. He's going to save it. Huge crash behind the leaders. It was only a 1-car crash. Yes, they will throw the caution. That might take us to a green-white checker depending on NASCAR's ruling. BZ is currently still your leaders. They're trying to get all of this organized. Word from NASCARs, they will be taking this to a green-white checkered. Lone Wolf got absolutely sideways coming out of turn 4. And so did BZ for that matter, but BZ held his line. He was able to keep the lead. BZ is 1 green-white checkered away from getting that win. And to recall how the green-white checkered works, they wave the green, then they wave the white, next flag won the race. But if the caution comes out before the white flag, they will line them up and try it again. Cars are going to go around one more time to get formed up for this green-white checkered. The 2 dominant cars are on the front row, fittingly. Points leader is back there in third. He's going to start on the inside row behind the 24. Then you got Flutter. He's trying to lock himself into the playoffs. He wants this probably more than anybody. That defending series champion, he is trying to get his first win of this season. Coming around to the start-finish line. Green flag is out. 2 laps to go for this race. Car Freak's going to stay locked onto the 24's bumper. No, he's going to go to the inside. We are 2 wide for the lead up front. Flutter's there. Flutter's on the outside. Car Freak gets into BZ. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. They're spinning. Is the caution going to come out? They are racing back to the line regardless. Can Car Freak overcome BZ out of turn 4? No, he cannot. Checkered flag is in the air. BZ is going to get his first legit win all time. You see KC there gets into Car Freak a little bit there, but what a win for BZ. BZ's only wins have come from a backup driver and a shortened race due to weather. This is his first legit win racing to the line. This entire 24 team is going crazy in the pit lane as we are giving you the full screen experience for this burnout. These 2 drivers last season, Car Freak joined season 1 late, and BZ needed a backup driver because he could not make a playoff race. Car Freak stepped out of his rookie car. He stepped into the 19. BZ didn't know how good he was. BZ didn't know nothing. Car Freak stepped in and got that win and basically propelled that team into the playoffs at Big Willow. And that team was able to win the championship overall. These 2 drivers definitely helped each other out a lot. And Car Freak is still running down here with this cooldown lap as he is so happy for that driver. Car Freak's going to drive away now as BZ is going to come around to the start-finish line in awe that he just accomplished what he did. Fans are up there. They are cheering for him coming out of turn 4. Just what an incredible way for this driver to reestablish what he had last season. This team is here, this driver is active, and they are hunting to win back-to-back series championships. BZ's taking his time doing this burnout because he's just taking it all in, looking at all of the fans that are here today. And this is the 3rd overall win for this car because Flutter won 2 races with that car before. Can't believe that it took more than an entire season for this car to get its first legitimate win, this driver. And boy, did he do it in one of the best ways possible. Sweeping the entire race, winning both of the first 2 stages. Incredible. And Hendrick Motorsports cannot be happier with their driver that they have in that 24. And what did we say at the beginning of the race? When you put these rainbow colors on that 24 car, it is not the same Rainbow Warrior that Jeff Gordon drove to 4 Series championships, but it is the same concept. And with that concept, BZ was able to sweep the weekend. Well, points update for today. Flutter's going to stay in 2nd place in points after having a pretty decent day today. BZ is going to move up to 3rd with that win. And Carfree's going to maintain his points lead over the entire thing with 3 wins. So we appreciate you for watching. We hope you like this new format of racing. And we're definitely going to give it a try. Going to try to tweak some things and fix some things. And we will see you guys on the next one.